Have you ever opened a file and got stuck in editor? Welcome to the Vim Crash Course, part of my Linux series. In this tutorial, you will learn everything from installing Vim, setting it as your default editor, understanding various modes of the Vim, and very useful shortcuts, how you can work with multiple files, quizzes, and a lot more. By the end, you will be able to use Vim confidently without getting stuck. Let's get started with Vim installation. For that, we will execute this command sudo apt install vim and enter. Alright, Vim has installed. Next, let's make it default editor. And for that, I will execute this command sudo update alternatives test dash dash config editor. Type 3, hit enter, and now we are done. And now when we open this file via sudo, we are in Vim editor. Vim has been set as a default editor. And next, let's understand the modes of the Vim. Very first thing, what happened when we use a Vim? Vim comes with some of the modes in that. I have prepared this animation or this diagram for you. So when you open first time Vim editor, so you are in normal mode. So you want a thing, what is normal mode? So let's go ahead and see. So for example, you have to type command vim in order to access the editor. After that, editor looks something like this, or it opens something screen like this. Okay, so this is called your normal mode. Okay, when you open it first time. And in order to interact with Vim, what you have to do, you have to press I. Okay, there is more options as well. We are coming on that, but very first time, or very first thing, if you want to interact with the Vim editor, okay, or if you want to write something, then you have to press I. Okay, when you press I, then here on this bottom, your mode of the Vim is changed to insert mode. It means after that you are able to write into the file. Okay, and here on the bottom of the editor you will see the insert. Okay, so now it confirms your mode has changed. But if you have changed your mind, you don't want to write anything, you want to exit or do something else, so what you have to do, you just press escape key on your keyboard. Okay, and this insert mode disappear from over here, and where you come back again, you come back again to the normal mode. So you start with the normal mode and again you come back to the normal mode. This is first thing. There is another way. Okay, one more mode is there. So initially, always you start with, like I mentioned over here as well, start here and return here for navigation. There is option V. V is a visual mode. So it's like when you press shift and scroll multiple lines in a file. Okay, so you are selecting multiple lines. Okay, and if you want to select all, then you have option Control A and you can copy and paste somewhere else. But in text editor, you don't have that facility. Then what you could do, there is option V. Okay, V is visual mode, and when you press V here on this side or left side of the screen, extreme bottom, visual mode. Okay, and once you press escape, then again this mode has gone and you return back to normal mode. Okay, so I just to try to demonstrate, that's why I put the same. You start here, press V, you entered into visual mode, then you press escape to exit from there. Next mode, okay, which is really amazing, because here you can also execute commands. Okay, some of the commands I'll explain you in the when we switch to the terminal, but here just I'm telling you what happened. So to go into the command mode, you have to press colon like this. And once you are in the command mode, then to get out from here or to exit, you have to press escape button. Okay, and again you are in normal mode. Okay, so let's go into command mode. And here, if you see on this screen, we have this command. It says type colon q and hit enter. So let's do this, right? So let's put colon q, then press or hit enter. Then what happened? You quit the vim editor. Simple, right? And what happened? So everything is over here. This is your main thing. You have normal mode, you have insert mode, you have visual mode, you have command line mode. Okay, so don't mug up these things if you are starting. So you should know what happened. Okay, so that's why I explained this. Let me show you how actually it happens. So very first thing in this, here we have one file. Okay, I mean we do not have any file like this of cube dash vim dot demo.txt. If this file is already present, still you can use vim, okay, and file name in order to edit, or if you are creating file first time, okay, so you could simply vim and the file name, any file you can open like this. After that, what happened, the file has opened something like this. Here you could see the file name. After that, so here what happened, you are in normal mode. Now you have to write something. Okay, in order to write, what you will do, you press I, okay, just to change the mode. And when you press I, then you entered into the inserted mode, and here you are able to see insert. After that, okay, once you are in insert mode, then what happened, you could type this is the sockq vimdemo.txt file. So I have done in what I have done, I have written this text into the file and insert, and I'm in insert mode. After that, I have to save this. So in order to save this, first I have to press escape. Okay, why escape? Because you start in normal mode and then you have to come back over there. So we have pressed escape from insert, something like this. Then insert mode has gone. Again, you are in normal mode, right? And after that, you have to press colon in order to save the file. So now we have to perform some command. We are asking Vim to perform something. It means it has to recognize some input from our side, and there are predefined commands for that, and that's why command line mode is there. And in this here, okay, when I press this one colon, escape and colon, it shows like this. Then after that, there are multiple ways. I If you are working on a file, okay, and if you want to keep on saving, so just use W and hit enter, so you won't get exit from the file and you can continue work on that. Like when you work on any of the GUI based editor, then you all the time press Control S in order to save the file time to time. Nowadays we also have option auto save, right? Similarly, if you want to do something like that, so you can use colon W, hit enter, the file will be saved and you can keep on working that. But once you are done, so in that you could use W, Q and this exclamation or bang mark. It means save it and quit it. Okay. And then hit enter, you are come back, and after that, if we come back, we can see the file has been created -t over here. Okay, it's very simple. And if you want to see what happened over the time, so we started over here vim this cube. Then when we open, we were in normal mode. Then we want to edit the file, so we press I, and after that we insert it, okay, in this mode. And after performing this one, we press escape and the colon, okay. So when you press escape, then you bring or you come back to normal mode, and after that you press colon and command line mode as enabled. After that you put something like this, save and exit, and come out like this. Okay, so this is the overall flow of Vim editor. So let me show you over here how it works. So let's come back to this screen. So we have to open a Vim editor. So I have opened a Vim editor, right? And now I want to quit. So what I could do, I could simply say quit Q. I open it again. I could also say something like this, and it has exited. Let's see. This time I'm gonna create one file. What files we have? Let's say vim file .txt. This is vim file. We are fine with that. I'm done with the editing the text. After that, I have to come out from the insert mode. What I will do, I'll press escape. So again, we start from the normal mode and we again return back to normal mode. After that, I press colon. After that, I want to save. I don't want to quit. Okay, so I have saved and it says return, right? And after that, I want to open a new line. This is next level. This time I'm done with editing. I do not have further things or further text to add into the file. Then I'm in insert mode, and we know to come out from the insert mode, I have to press escape. Okay, let me show you again. I was in insert mode. I press escape, then colon, and this time I want to quit. Okay, so instead of that, if you ask me, okay, could we really do the quit? So I already explained you Q. So I hit enter, and it says no written since last changes. Okay, to overwrite. Okay, so this time it is asking me to perform something. So I have to press escape, colon, Q, and I'm using this option. And now I have come out of the file, and the last line was not there, right? That's why I copied it, and now I press O in order to open a new line or next line. Then I press Control V. It works for me. So I press escape, colon, and this time I want to Q and W. Okay, I didn't press exclamation mark, but still my contents are there. Okay, and see, this time I don't want to go in the file. I just want to see the content of the screen temporary or in buffer. So this is in memory, this is buffer. Okay, and when I press Q, it means the file has gone from the memory. Okay, it doesn't load everything. Let me show you more thing over here. Let me open SSH. So here when we press L key, then it is going to the right side. Okay, so cursor will move to right side. When you press H, okay, then it's go the cursor move to your, when your it means the left side of this screen. When you have to come down, then you have to press J key, J, okay, and K is for up. Okay, these are the navigation option. And maybe you're saying, okay, you are on terminal, I mean you are accessing it, and in this terminal emulator we have option we can do with the scrolling, right, or arrow keys as well. But when you log in on that actual server, right, so you don't have this option. So where you have to rely on the shortcut keys that's there. That's why I'm telling you the option. So when you press L, cursor will move on the right side. When you press H, it goes to the left side. Okay, and if you have to jump to the line, one line down, okay, so J is the option, and K if you want to move up. Okay, J is to move down. I wonder if it should be like left is for left side and R is for right side moving and something like that. But these options are there since long, and we are using it. So you will be used to with this. Enjoy with that. Next thing I want to show you, let me change the file because that will be more better to show you. Okay. So initially I told you when you press I, then you go to insert mode. Okay. So this time I press I, but you have more options. You could also press A. Okay. If you are following along with me, so please do it. Type I. Okay. And check, then press escape, type A, and you will realize you are in insert mode. You also have option, press O. So O option is already I use. So if I want to open, okay, I mean I want to move my cursor to the next line as well as directly go to the insert mode, so I have option O. So what is the difference over here? For example, my cursor is over here. Let me keep it at line number 3, and I press I now. So I'm typing ABC, or maybe let's do something like this so you can see. I'm typing ABC. So when you press I, go to the insert mode, then it inserts text before the cursor. Okay, so that's why we are able to see like this. So let me undo this. So in order to undo, I have to just press U, and I'm at normal mode. This time I'm doing A. So A, it means now whatever I'm typing, it will go after the cursor. When you press I, okay, so text added before the cursor, wherever cursor is. So I'm typing here, let's say ABC. Okay, so text has added over here. Let me put it again on this line, and this time I'm in normal mode and I'm pressing A, and this time again I'm typing XYZ. For my understanding, my concept, usually we write, okay, in copy or notebook also we write like this is, and this is, okay, next word. So instead of I use A in order to add the content normally inside the file. Okay, but whenever or wherever you see any of the diagram, you find eyes for the insert mode. Okay, and I press only U to undo, and when I press Control R to redo. Okay, so undo and redo. So U is for undo, Control R is for redo. U is for undo, Control R is for redo. Okay, so remember these are the options inside your insert mode. And if I want to open like this, so when I press O, so cursor will jump to the next line, and as well as I have opportunity to edit the text over there. And again, I'm doing U. Okay, so these many options for the insert mode. Okay, next what? If I want to go on very top or very first line, so I'll press G. Okay, so I have pressed G two times, small g. So you have to press two times G in order to go to very top of the file. And if you want to go at the end of the file, so you have to press Shift GG. Okay, let me show you over here, because we have bigger file over here. What happened? I am here, G and G. When I press Shift G, okay, and then I press O. So usually what happened, for example, you are setting up an environment, you are setting up some kind of configuration in your bash file. I will show you later on in the upcoming session. So what happened there, if you have to append, okay, you don't mess up with the configuration of the file. Okay, let me show you SSH, this one. So for example, this is the configuration file of the SSH server. Okay, so you don't want to mess up with that. So what you will do, you come at the end, Shift G, then press O. Directly you come into the edit mode or insert mode. Okay, then you can type your content over here. I press U to undo that. If I want to go on the top, if I have to add something over here, any description or something, comments like this, so I will press GG. It will go to top of the file, and if I press Shift G, it will go at the end. And if I want to add it, then I will simply press O. Okay, I won't do like this. I'm over here, then I go insert mode and hit enter. No, so directly Shift. Let me do so I'm at top, GG, Shift GG at the end. Then instead of typing I and enter, simple I hit O. That will provide me the facility by which I can directly jump or come into this mode. So these many things are enough. Next thing which I would like to over here in output file. Okay, so for example, I want to copy line number 20. Okay, because what we do in text editing, we copy and paste, right? So we have to copy. Let's go to top, GG, then I copy. And in order to copy, you have to just press Y is the option. Okay, when you press this letter, let me show you this, what I am typing here. This one, Y. Okay, I'm just type Y. Two time I have press Y, it means the lines are copied. And in IAM editor, it's called yank. Then wherever I want to go, for example, Shift GG, and I want to paste it over here. So line number 3 is copied, and I paste this over here. I want to paste it more, so I just hit P just to paste as many times as I. And now I accidentally copied this so many times. So what I could do, I can select D. Let me show you over here. Let's say we want to delete this line. Okay, line number 3 is deleted. Okay, now again I'm pressing D. You could see, I think, yeah, over here. Okay, on the screen, I have pressed until all the lines, line number 3 has deleted. Okay, all lines are deleted now. But if I have option undo, so I can press U. You could see a very fraction of second something come up over here. When I press U, then I can do Control R, okay, to in order to redo the changes. Okay, so undo, redo, copy, paste. So for copy you press Y, and to paste you press P. Okay, in order to delete the lines we use D. Okay, let me undo this first of all. In order to delete multiple lines, what we can do, from over here, okay, I want to delete last 10 lines. So my cursor is over here on my keyboard. I have pressed 10. Okay, thank God it's showing over here. Okay, let me show something like this. Okay, on this side of the screen you will be able to see I have just hit 10, I mean, yeah, 1 and 0. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna type DD. Okay, so all the lines has gone 10 lines, so we have total 13 lines. Let me undo this, and this time I'm pressing 13, and which you could see over here. Okay, and now I'm pressing DD. Okay, and all the 13 lines have gone. So this is the way you can delete the lines. If I want to delete more lines, let me go up. I'm deleting the lines one by one. Okay, and if I just hold, so all lines are gone, and I do undo. Okay, so I have the option. So I'm again the undo, shift GG again on the top of the line. Okay, so these are the options, are very handy options available for us. So this is about the deleting, copy, paste, undo, redo. Okay, now next thing is the visual mode. So I have pressed V. So you have this one, and this time simple, you can also use up and down arrow key if you want to. Okay, and you could also use in order to select the particular word. Okay, if I want to select multiple lines, I could use J. I don't want to use this line, I'm using H. Okay, and same thing. Okay, in order to copy, I have to do yank, and if I go at the bottom, and this time you don't have to change the mode, you must be in normal mode, and then press P. Okay, then all the lines are copied over here. Okay, this is in visual mode. Visual mode is very helpful in scripting when I have to comment on the multiple lines. Okay, or something like this. Okay, so in that we can use that. So I think it's too much on this. I already explained about the command line mode as well. But one more thing, for example, here the command mode, right? We saw Q, we saw W, we saw QW or bang and all these things. But here you can also open a file. So for example, we split, I think, yeah, and we have output, and we had one file, I think, cat. When you open something like this, so at the same terminal, okay, you can open two files. And if I want to exit, so I have to again come to the normal mode, press escape, colon, and Q. If I press Q, okay, so I'm just exit from one file. So what I'm going to do now, again, we split and cat, I open a file again. And if I want to exit from all the files, so I will press Q, all, and come out from all the files. Additionally, one more option, which is my very favorite, I use it very often, and which is also very handful. So when I say dash O, cat file, output, okay, so files are open, something like this. Okay, but I don't like to see, because when you have lots of content, okay, mostly you write, you see a file configuration file or something like that. If you have very or lots of content, then you go in this mode. So I press escape, colon, Q, all. Okay, I don't want to see horizontally, so rather I want to see them vertically. So what I will do, this O, before I use a small o, now I will use uppercase O. And let's go back, and now the files are open vertically. Okay, and here you can also perform other commands as well. That's why it is called command line mode. So what we are going to do, so I using control W in order to navigate in between. You could see the control sign is represented like this and like this. So control W in this file, control W in this file. Okay, and this time I press GG. So my cursor is over here, and I want to quit from this file. So I am in this file. Okay, colon here on this bottom, if you see, okay, colon Q and bang. All right, so we are over here in this file. So far I have explained a lot of, I mean, I have so many things to share with you on Vim editor. But for today, I want to show a last thing, and which is really amazing. So amazing it means. we see how we can copy, how we can cut, how we can paste, how we can navigate, how we can open, how we can perform the commands when you are particularly inside a file. If you want to replace, right, sometimes we have to find and replace. So first find anything. So let me show, okay, let me show you over here. Obviously we have all the lines. Okay, so when I say dash line, then you can see the line. Okay, then hit enter, right? Then that's how you find. But for finding we have something else. So I would like to mention over here how you can replace any content. So in order to replace the content, what you have to do, for example, let's open here new. Okay, and sorry, here as well new, and new, or maybe I can yank YYPP. Okay, and let me delete these blank lines. I have deleted. Right. So now what I'm gonna do, I want to replace this new with the old. Okay, I should have been type old maybe, but anyways. So what we have to go, I mean, we want to perform some command, right? So we have to go to command mode, and to go into the command mode, we must be in normal mode. Then we have to press colon, then we press S, then we say old, but we don't have a old. We want to replace new with the old. All right, so I hit enter, and you could see only the one occurrence of new has been changed. But I want to perform more. Okay, for example, let me go over here and copy this. I'm here. Okay, and I'm in command mode, and now again I said S, then new, okay, with the old. So only this is one, okay, only one letter or one match, whatever match has changed. Okay, so if you are doing something like this, so it changes only wherever your cursor and the in particular line. But what if I want to change in particular line everything? So let me do one thing, colon as, then new and old, and when I add G. Okay, so notice over here before, sorry, over here before I didn't add G, so only in this line this was replaced. But now this time I have added G and I changed it, so only in this line all the occurrence of that particular string or word, however you want to say it, has been changed entirely, but only with the one line, in only in one line. Okay, but what if I want to change new with old in everywhere in my file? So for that I have option. So I have to use what I have to use. Okay, look at over here. Sorry, not this one. Percentage S, then new, and then old, and globally. Okay, and let's see this time what happened. So you could see everything has been changed to the old, and this time if I want to change all the as with line with the let's say L. Okay, so all L line has replaced with the L. Okay, so these are the three options. If you want to change particular word, then go with that. If you want to change all the string in that particular line, then you have option. If you want to change everything in your file, you could do that. And for your assignment, if you want to change particular line number, anything, then how would you do that? So that's for your practice. Okay, perform that, do that by your own. So I have more things to do. If you want to learn or deep dive into Vim editor, please suggest. Okay, I would do more dedicated session on the Vim, because Vim is very very powerful, very amazing, and yes, you will find it on many places. Okay, so if you have any questions, so please let me know. So we are end of the section of this. This is the summary which I explain over here. So normal mode, insert mode, visual mode, command mode. Okay, it's for you. Go ahead, read that, take a snapshot if you want to. If you, and keep with you and just read once in a day, you will be very familiar with this. Okay. If you don't have question, then I have a quiz for you. Let's check our understanding. Okay, so first question: what is the default mode when you open Vim Editor? Insert mode, visual mode, normal mode, command line mode. Well, let's check the answer. And normal mode, of course, very first time when we open, so it's the normal mode. Great, very nice, very nice. Next question: how do you enter insert mode to add text before the cursor? Press V, press colon, press I, press escape. Yes, very nice. So we know for the visual mode, it's press colon for command mode and I is for this one insert mode, and press escape to exit that. Very nice. All right. So next question: which command is used to open new line below the cursor in insert mode? Yes, dash O option. Sorry, not dash O. When you press O, then cursor jump to the next line and directly entered into the insert mode. So very nice, guys. Thank you very much for participation. That's really amazing. That's the end of the session. If you are enjoying the series, please consider supporting the channel. The easiest way is to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Keep practicing, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.